Good morning, students. I hope you're all doing fine and you're also using this ample time that you have at your disposal now. Okay, children, today's chapter is chapter 5 Pronouns. You already know what a pronoun is, yet let us give a quick recap to what a pronoun is. A pronoun we know is a word that is used in place of a noun. We can replace a noun with a pronoun. In order to avoid monotonous expressions in a paragraph, we usually try to replace the nouns with the pronouns. That is, in fact, the function of a pronoun. Now, let us read this passage given below. Passage A. Anita has an 11-year-old son called Ratan. Anita and Ratan live in Kolkata. Ratan studies in class 6. Ratan loves to browse the internet. Ratan introduced Ratan's mother to the internet. Anita now uses Anita and Ratan's computer whenever Anita finds time. In this passage, children, we find there are some information given about Anita and her son Ratan. This passage is also, it also sounds very monotonous because the name Anita, Ratan, the internet, Ratan's mother are repeated several times. Now, if we repeat, this particular passage, replacing the nouns with the pronouns, how would it sound? Let's see. Anita has an 11-year-old son called Ratan. They live in Kolkata. Ratan studies in class 6. He loves to browse the internet. He introduced his mother to it. She now uses their computer whenever she finds time. Doesn't this sound far better? So, this is the function of the pronoun. A pronoun is used in place of a noun so as to avoid repetition so that the passage sounds far better. Okay, now let's move to the next page. Let's practice. This is on page 40. In the following passage, a few pronouns have been left out. Insert a slash where you think a pronoun is missing and write the pronouns in the blanks given. So this is a passage given here, children. Please, I wish you to take a pencil right now and do this work. This is a passage given here. Some of the pronouns are missing in the passage. You have to use a slash wherever you think a pronoun should be inserted and write the correct pronoun in the dotted lines in the right side, this right portion. Okay. Now, Ananya, Manu and Sophia are in New York. Today are going to the museum. Okay, do you find a pronoun missing here? Yes. Today they are going to the museum. Use a slash after today and write they on this blank here. So today they are going to the Museum of Modern Art. Sophia has been there before, had loved the place and told the others. She had loved the place and told the others. So a slash here right before had and write the she over here on the second blank. Okay, so she had loved the place and told the others. Her sister Ananya does not care too much about art. So her is the pronoun missing over here. Before Ananya, use a slash and write on the third blank here her. Manu has always been interested in art. He is most excited among the three friends. So he, again a slash right before is over here, and on the fourth blank you are going to write he. Okay. Next, Moma has a great collection of artwork. The three of them. Okay. Right after of a slash and on the fifth blank there will be a them. The three of them will see Van Gogh's Starry Night. It is a magnificent piece of art. Okay, right before is there should be an it, and on the sixth blank you have to write an it. Vincent van Gogh was a 19th century Dutch painter. His style of art is known as post-impressionist. So on the seventh blank you have to write his and a slash before style. The three friends will have a very memorable experience today. I repeat, children, Ananya, Manu and Sophia are in New York. Today they are going to the Museum of Modern Art. Sophia has been there before. She had loved the place and told the others. Her sister Ananya does not care too much about art. Manu has always been interested in art. He is most excited among the three friends. Moma has a great collection of artwork. The three of them will see Van Gogh's Starry Night. It is a magnificent piece of art. Vincent van Gogh was a 19th century Dutch painter. His style of art is known as post impressionist. The three friends will have a very memorable experience today. Okay. Now, let's move to the next part. Let's learn types of pronouns. Pronouns are of different types. The following diagram lists the different types of pronoun. Okay. Pronoun can be divided between personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, relative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, and reflexive pronoun. Now, personal pronouns can be divided into subjective personal pronoun or objective personal pronouns. Let's read the passage once again, children, the one that we read right at the beginning. Anita has an 11-year-old son called Ratan. They live in Kolkata. Ratan studies in class 6. He loves to browse the internet. He introduced his mother to it. She now uses their computer whenever she finds time. This short paragraph has got many pronouns used in it, like they, he, again he, it. Okay, so these few pronouns are all personal pronouns. Okay, in passage B, move on to the next page. In passage B, the pronouns he, she, they and it replace the nouns Ratan, Anita, Ratan, Anita, Ratan and Anita and Ratans and the internet. Personal pronouns stand for three persons. The first person I and we, first person singular I, first person plural we, second person singular you, second person plural you, third person singular he, she, it, third person plural they. Okay, personal pronouns are of two types, subjective and objective. Children, remember, a pronoun used in a sentence when it stands as a subject, it is a personal subjective pronoun, and when it stands as an object, it is a personal objective pronoun. Now, pronouns like I, you, he, she, etc. can be used as subjective personal pronouns, and me, your, him, her, etc. can be used as objective personal pronouns. For example, Simi's best friend is Sohail. She likes him very much. Look, children, pay attention. She likes him. Who likes him? She. Isn't the she a subject in the sentence? But it is a pronoun used here. Therefore, it is a personal subjective pronoun. She likes whom? She likes him. Him here stands for the object. So, this is a personal objective pronoun. He is also very fond of her. In this sentence, he is also who is very fond of her? He. So, he is the subject. He is very fond of whom? Her. So, her is the object. Therefore, he stands as personal subjective and her stands as personal objective. I hope I could make myself clear to you. Just remember two things. A pronoun which is used as a subject in a sentence is subjective personal pronoun. A pronoun which is used as object in a sentence is objective personal pronoun. That's all that you have to understand. Every sentence, at least every sentence has a subject, isn't it? Though the imperative sentences do not use a subject physically, they are understood. Leave out those. Apart from this, most of the sentences have a subject. These subjects can be direct nouns or they can be pronouns also. In those cases, these pronouns become subjective personal pronouns. And sentences which have objects, if the object is a pronoun, that becomes a personal objective pronoun. Okay, let's move to this chart here, children. This following table gives you the different forms of personal pronouns. Look, in the first person singular, we have subjective I, objective me. Me can never be used as subjective. Can we begin a sentence with me? We can't, isn't it? Can we say me is going there? No, but I can say I am going there. Who is going there? I. Therefore, I becomes subjective personal pronoun, but me can never be used as a subjective personal pronoun. Okay, so you, third person, he, him, she, her, it. So as subjective personal pronouns, we can only use I, you, he, she, it. Okay, and in the plural we can use we, you, they. We are going to the picnic, you are coming to our place tonight, they are doing a wonderful job. In all these sentences, these are all subjective personal pronouns. And in objective personal pronouns, in the first person we use me, second person you, him, a third person him, her, it. In the plural, first person us, second person you, and third person them. This is how we are going to use the subjective and personal pronouns. Okay, let's move on to the next page, children. In the next page, we have an exercise. Amira is a 12-year-old girl. She is introducing her family to us in the following sentences. Personal pronouns are missing in these sentences. Fill in the blank and complete Amira's story about her family. Okay, this I want you to do as a homework. Try it on your own. You are to use here subjective personal pronouns and objective personal pronouns. Use them according to the requirement of the sentences. Okay, with this we come to the end of the class today, children. We shall continue our class during our next period or next class. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.